Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly, and I've got a very good one for you today because we are in the city of Orange, California at a place called the Outlets at Orange. Okay? This was requested by the one and only Jeremiah Babe. It's a shopping center, and I'm going to go through it. I'm going to share some national news with you guys. And before I get into it, please take a second to like the video. Please hit the subscribe button. Please share it with all your friends and colleagues. And again, if you guys want me to check something out, please share it and let me know, and I will do my best to cover it as I'm doing my travels throughout Southern California. Again, let's get into it. Now, this mall, when it opened in the 70s, it was called the City Shopping Center. Big mall, indoors, had a JCPenney's, it eventually got a Macy's, and then it became a dump. And after it became a dump, they decided to sell it, and the new owner turned it into a place called The Block. And in 1998, The Block opened up. It opened up as an outdoor mall, and very cool. It had tons of different shopping stores, different restaurants, different places to hang out at. And I'm on, I guess you'd call this the east end of this place. This used to be a Dave & Buster's, now it's a Lucky Strike bowling alley. Okay, and you know, I don't know how many bowling alleys are open right now, but in 1998, The Block opened, and it was great. It was packed. Like Jeremiah Babe said, on weekends he'd come out here to restaurants and different places. There'd be tons of places to see, people watching, eating, great restaurants, shopping, and like all good things through the last recession in 2008, it went down for the count. Ooh, wait a second. The bowling alley's done, now that I take a look at that. The place is all locked up, so first casualty of the mall. But in 2011, this place turned into an outlet center. And like a lot of things that didn't recover from 2008, this was another one. Now, this place is fairly busy right now, so I'm going to give it that. I had to look for parking, and then when I found a parking spot, they said, "Oh, sir, this is for Krispy Kreme parking only. Unless you're going to go inside, we'll tow your car." So it was an effort to park my car. You'll see that there are some people walking around. We'll see how busy it is. But yeah, okay, this place, you just saw the sign in the door, Lucky Strike closed on March 16th of last year. So the bowling alley's down for the count, and I'm sure there'll be other casualties as well. But let's take a look. I already stand corrected. The bowling alley was independent of the Dave & Buster's. The Dave & Buster's is open, but again, that's the place I want to go to right now. First story is a great story that I want to cover with you guys, and that is out of Washington, D.C. and the Passport Office. The Passport Office issued notification today that your passport could be delayed up to 18 weeks. 18 weeks to get your passport, okay? They're blaming it not on their internal anything, but the fact that it takes longer to mail things and there's mailing delays. So you can expect it to take up to 18 weeks to get your passport mailed to you. Okay, who believes this, guys? I get my bills on time. The electric bill sure seems to come on time. The credit card bills and everything else sure seems to show up on time, but your passport bill is going to take 18 weeks. Your passport, excuse me, is going to take 18 weeks to get your passport, which is completely ridiculous. So how do you guys feel about that? Okay, you guys take 18 weeks to mail. So imagine if you told them, "Hey, listen, I mailed it 18 weeks ago, and you'll get it soon." Okay, how ridiculous is that? Share your thoughts. But I just thought that was just an outrageous story that's what they're going with. I really think that some of these bureaucrats come up with things and just say them, and they don't even think about what they're saying, and it's absolute lunacy. So please, again, share your thoughts. Now on the end down by Dave & Buster's, you've got a Johnny Rockets, and you've got a Guitar Center. And the Guitar Center's open. You know, they filed for bankruptcy, but they're still open right now, which is kind of surprising. You've got the Dave & Buster's on this side, and Johnny Rockets over here. and a few people walking in. The movie theater's open, so we'll take a look and check this out. But again, people walking around. I don't see too many shopping bags. It seems everybody's $64,000 question with me is, oh, there's a few people with bags right there. This next story is one that you just can't make up, and that is Buffalo Wild Wings, which is right there, okay? They are having trouble getting, of all things, chicken wings. So they are talking about thigh wild wings, okay? Buffalo thighs. And they're taking chicken thighs and cooking chicken thighs. Okay, crazy. Wingstop is now calling itself Thigh Stop. This is utterly ridiculous. You're seeing thighs being cooked at Wingstop, Buffalo Wild Wings experimenting with thighs as well. Are you guys seeing this? It's just outrageous that you're seeing stuff like this. I'm at the one side of the mall. It's kind of where people park their cars. A lot of cars out here, guys. Kind of busy, but again, the restaurant business and the supply chains, you know, you can't make this stuff up how certain things are backed up, but you know, the poultry supplier, the third largest poultry supplier, said that they were going to run into a problem with having chicken wings. Okay, I think if you have chicken, don't the wings come with the chicken? Anyways, it's just how I was always taught. Anyway, share your thoughts if you guys have ran into this, if you tried the new thighs at Thigh Stop. As you walk through the mall, you know, it's got the typical things you've seen at every other mall, from the GameStop and the GNC and the different stores. The thing that was surprising about this place is that, you know, it's an outlet style mall. That was the theme. So you've got the fragrances, you know, you can rent the little carts and things like that, which is kind of surprising that it's been busy. And this place was known for its massive movie theater. This movie theater that they had here was a 30-plex. And they've got the Forever 21 that just doesn't seem to want to die. So crazy, the 30 movie theaters across from the Forever 21. And this Forever 21 is one of the only ones still open. Have you guys wondered who's gotten a PPP loan? This next story is good because there's now a portal that you can check to see who's gotten a PPP loan. If you work at some company and you think that they pulled shenanigans and you're just curious as to how much your boss got when he says we only got 10 grand and they got 300 grand, now you can check. There's a portal, very simple. You can check by city, state, the company name, the industry, and I'll have the link below so you can check it out. But it's a kind of a cool portal because, you know, I'm curious. Certain coffee houses that said that they had 61 employees, and I've only seen 2 or 3 people in there, and they got, you know, a few hundred grand. That interests me. I think that that's kind of curious, and I think that these people are going to have to start answering to some of these things. But if you'd like to check, the link will be below, and you know, let me know if you find anything interesting. I'd be happy to talk about it. Okay. Now you can see the place has got people walking around. Here's a T-Mobile store that went down for the count. And, you know, the one thing that we just don't know is if everyone's paying their rent. Over the last 15 months, are these people paying their rent? Speaking of the SBA and PPP loans, let's talk about the EIDL loans, the EIDL loans. The EIDL loans, okay, for those of you new to the channel, I'm kind of an expert on all this stuff. Helped a lot of friends, colleagues, and people get these loans, and it's kind of ridiculous for a lot of reasons. When the pandemic hit, they took the FEMA disaster loan program and lowered the loan amounts from $2 million to $150,000. No reason, they just chose to do that. They got all this stimulus money and decided what they were going to set the income, the loan levels at, and lowered it to 150 grand. Now, the thing that's crazy is that on April 6th of 2021, they raised the loan amounts to $500,000. Now I'll show you why this is not fair. With the current disaster that's happening in Florida right now with the condos. The collapse of the condo was declared a disaster area already. So there's emergency FEMA funds available. Those people, okay, let's hope they find everybody, is at $2 million for a disaster. Okay, this makes no sense. But those people can get up to $2 million of disaster funding. There's not credit checks, there's not anything like that, but the EIDL loans has credit checks, and the maximum loan amount is now 500 grand. The worst part is that since April 6th, when they raised the loan amount, the SBA is tooting their horn saying, hey, we've written 30,000 loans above the $150,000 amount. Now the average loan above is 165. Okay? Now think about this, guys. You don't think that there's some business out there, manufacturing, that would want a 3.75% interest rate loan for 30 years to run their factory? This is ridiculous that these people are not getting these funds. Okay, so share your thoughts. If you know of anybody that's got that, plus if you are looking for that loan, you can still get it. 24 months of operating capital. What does it take to run your show, your company for a month? Multiply that by 24. That's what you should be entitled to. Don't settle for less. Demand it. You can ask for this money and get those loans, okay? But the people in Florida, for example, they're gonna be able to get $2 million. Makes no sense, because a disaster is a disaster, as far as I'm concerned. And the statute says that too. They're gonna get sued for this, the SBA, as far as cutting people off to the 500 grand level. Share your thoughts, guys. When this place was converted from an indoor mall to an outdoor mall, one thing that they did is, in the late 90s, was they had all these different large stores, which really adds to the outlet theme. You know, you've got the DKNY, you've got Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger. But if you notice, the size of these stores in this end are fairly large. They were always built that way. Banana Republic, you've got the Loft store. And again, people walk around with some bags. Seems like everybody's, barometer of, are they spending dough? Looks like some of these people are. Got the Steve Madden store. The Levi's store is nice because, this is one of those that gets all the big discounts, and you can, 2 for 1, things like that they've done in the past. So it's been fairly successful. Now, here's another vacancy. Been very few, guys. Got to give them something on that. There's a few of these stores, but our next story is out of the beautiful Subway sandwich shop. And Subway is under fire right now because people bought their tuna sandwiches and sent them to 3 different commercial food labs to determine what kind of tuna it was. And the food labs came back and said that there is no discernible DNA, tuna DNA, in those sandwiches, which is utterly disgusting when you think about that. So the tuna sandwich at Subway is not tuna, okay? Now, I did a little more research on this because I've eaten this thing 100 times, and I also know that on Sundays, it's their sandwich of the week. So Sunday is tuna sandwich day, but it's not tuna, okay? Now, I found an article that I'm gonna include in the link below from the Washington Times. That is great because this goes back to January of this year, and they're calling it a concoction of different fish. So the Subway tuna sandwich is not tuna. Is that gross? Okay, I find it to be kind of disgusting because I always thought it was a great tasting tuna. Now it's not tuna. So share your thoughts. Have you guys eaten this non-discernible tuna? No tuna DNA. Now, what is tuna DNA? Okay, I don't know, but it's kind of disgusting that that's how they compare it, and there is no discernible tuna DNA in this. So share your thoughts on this. Any other food tests that you've heard of that are kind of crazy like that? Like to know. I have to say that this mall's doing pretty well. I've only seen a few vacancies. Seems like people are enjoying themselves, walking around shopping. Movie theaters back open. I don't know how big the crowd is, but definitely people are out shopping again a little bit. So It's not what it used to be, but there's more people here than most, and there's only been a couple vacancies. A couple of the kiosks out here are closed, but other than that, it's pretty open right now. Now here's two stories kind of wrapped into one, and that is we just got notification that the Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, which is a key inflation indicator, is at the highest point it's been in 30 years, since 1992, okay? That is crazy, guys. So they're trying to tell you that this whole inflation thing is just, it's just temporary, don't worry about it. You know, look over here, you know, it's nothing, okay? It's ridiculous. And the other thing is this month moratorium. This 30-day moratorium could be the end of many single landlords that have 1 and 2 properties, because they've worked out deals with the bank and said, listen, we'll pay you, everything will be worked out the end of June, and these 30 days could be the kiss of death to a lot of these people. I've had people write me, if you guys read the comments, you'll see how it's just dramatically affected these people, and it's not fair. You know, some people have just had people that they know are working and just are like, I'm not gonna pay my rent, okay? And that's horrible. So, you know, what do you guys think about this? I think that 30 days is not gonna do it. I think the people that, if you're hurting right now and you're dreaming of UBI and you're dreaming that there's going to be some savior that's gonna come in the next 30 days, man, get with the program. And the program is you can extend and pretend all you want, but it's time to get rid of, you know, the places that you live, the bills that you have that you can't afford. Make a deal with your landlord now, because I'm telling you, you're gonna be able to have leverage now. Somebody wrote me and said that they know somebody that got $5,000 to move out of a unit, okay? That's insane. This guy owed back rent and got a $5,000 payment to get out of the unit. It was destroying the landlord so much that he'd rather lose more money up front than do this. But if you want to negotiate this now, now's the time. You will not have this type of leverage 30 days from now. You just won't, okay? So inflation is here. This rent moratorium's only been extended 30 days. It's gonna end. Done, 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 done. Talk to lawyers. It's gonna be a lawsuit festival, and they're getting real creative. And some of these landlords that have gotten shafted, that know that people could pay, they're furious. They're coming after you. So good luck to each and every one of you. Share your thoughts below, whether you're a tenant, landlord, or whatever you think. Let me know. There are a lot of cool places to sit around, and you know, with restaurants that came and went in this place, there's places like this. It's attached to the Columbia clothing store, and there's places to sit. But right now, guys, you know, with everything in the news right now, do you believe things are good? Seriously, okay? Who believes it? You know, read the comments below. Read the time. You know, take the time to read what people write. People write a lot of extensive things. Somebody out of Texas had a friend, close friend, that just sold their house for $150,000 over asking price to one of these crazy investors. Now, again, an economist wrote me and said, Dan, who cares if these investors are getting 7% of their money? Inflation's well over 10% right now. I think it's at like 16%, but I'm no economist. I'm just an idiot on the internet. And but guys, I'm seeing prices go up. Gas in my area went up 30 cents in the last week, 30 cents. Okay, that's a lot of money, guys. So, you know, I don't know what you guys are seeing. You know, we're seeing all this deregulation come down on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. South Korea just announced BitThumb and one of their other crypto exchanges. They're putting limitations on, and they're going to start limiting cryptocurrencies in South Africa. And I keep saying South Africa, South Korea, okay? Does this concern you crypto investors if they do this? Because it should. I think it's nuts, because I think something's coming with this. It's not regulated. And again, Dan, you're an idiot. You know nothing about this. We were going to have an alternative coin. We were going to have, I won't say the name of it, we were going to have a coin. We owned the domain name. We owned everything. We were going to do this. And then we found out that it was an absolute recipe to have all those alphabet agencies show up at your doorstep because it's unregulated. And again, all those coins that you guys have invested in, if you think that you're secure and that you're protected and you bought and sold Doge and all this stuff, they're going to show up at your house if you've made a lot of money and you don't report it. Remember that, okay? So please share your thoughts, and it's nice to sit in the shade and take a little break right here. I thought this was kind of a cool spot. So again, lots of places to walk around, a lot of shade too. It's kind of nice for them all, you know? So anyways, if you're into that stuff, I think it's kind of cool. So this final story is out of the New York Post, and it is amazing. Virgin Galactic just got approved from the FAA to have flights into space. And Sir Richard Branson has announced that they're going to start flying people into space very soon. They've got it approved. They're very excited because they're going to beat Jeff Bezos to space and have commercial flights. They have had 600 people spend between 200 and 250 grand on these reservations. Okay, I don't know. What are you guys spending money on? Imagine somebody, hey, listen, baby, we're going to do something really cool tonight. Wear something loose, bought you a ticket to space, and we're going to go out, doll. Have a good time, okay? Anyways, so yeah, listen, I spent $500,000 on this, okay? I just want you to know. Anyways, 200 to 250 grand to go to space. What would you guys spend money on? What are you spending money on right now? And you could say nothing, food. I hope you're prepping. Hope you guys are saving money. This mall overall was pretty good, you know. It's kind of nice. And don't forget to like the video. Please hit the subscribe button. Share it with all your friends and colleagues. And are you guys going to go to space anytime soon? Let me know, please, in the comments below. Okay? I'm going to go to Texas soon. I know that. But anyways, 200 to 250 grand to go to space. Can't make this stuff up. Good luck to each and every one of you. I will see you guys very soon. And again, the mall, very cool, kind of busy-ish. Not a lot of closures though, so this thing gets a B+ rating. Okay? No free sample, so it's not an A+.